Hey, it's Leontini again. On a more serious issue in studying Black history and culture, one of the things that always saddens and breaks my heart and to a large degree my spirit is when I read about the slave narratives and how our bodies were treated, whether the slaves were whipped, hanged, lynched, raped, starved to death. It's hard for me to process that. And it's even more difficult when I see these type of practices still in the world, going on in the world. So the subject that I'm going to talk about in a few minutes and give you some sources to read is the black body and how the black body has been used to build America. Every presidential home was built by black men and women and children in the United States. There's a book that was recently released called The Price for Their Pound of Flesh. And that's exactly how we were looked at, as flesh, not as human beings, but as workers, as enslaved people. And so even after slavery, after they had used all of our flesh, stripped our flesh, sold our children, terrorized our community, almost totally annihilated our families, still beyond slavery, we had the grave. And so here's another book, and actually Harriet Washington has two out. Here's one I'm recommending now, and it's Medical Apartheid. So you can understand from slavery until now how our black bodies, whether they were included in science and research such as the Tuskegee experiment, or even the black bodies today, the athletes, the workers in the field, all of these things that have destroyed the bodies. It makes you want to weep, but it also makes me want to understand more about the perpetrators of these crimes and how we as the descendants of these tortured souls, how we were able to sustain this. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit in my next video when we talk about religion. But medical apartheid talks about how our bodies have been sliced, diced, experimented with, and even into this day. And then for those of you who don't know this book, you really should know this one. And this is The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. Was made into a movie. This is a testament, what I would say would be divine, because her cells cured so many diseases and assisted us in science and in research for all of us. This was a black woman. And her family was not, at that time, giving any recognition, any knowledge, any money. And the people in the medical establishment made millions and millions of dollars. But the day of reckoning is coming for this family. But again, these are three. So when we think about the slave bodies, our bodies, from day one, being enslaved, so from being born to living through that dash and even beyond death, what this system has done for the destruction of our people. But yet we rise, and yet we're still here, but we still have to tell the story so that these things don't happen again. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.